Okay. All right. So once again, you guys are welcome. Welcome. Today is the 21st day of November, and these are the rules in your front. Let's see what the market is going to give to us. My bias remains the same. Okay. Oh no, my bias changed yesterday after the NFP. My bias changed. However, market is still in a particular zone. So yesterday, um, so let me get this out of the way. Okay. Then a little disclaimer, please understand that past performance does not guarantee future results, and the fact that someone is here making money does not guarantee that someone else is going to, because trading involves a lot of things. It involves accuracy, it involves precision, it involves discipline, risk management, and a huge level of psychological discipline, emotional balance, and all that. So that's why you and I can take the same trade setups, but we're not going to make the same money. You can make money and I can make more or less. All right? Great. So, having that out of the way, let's get started. So let's just recap how the week has been. Let's quickly recap how the week has been. Okay. So basically, um, Monday was when? Was 17. Okay, great. Monday was 17. So on Monday, was there a trade? Yes. Now, looking at this double top that came out of this place, okay, looking at the double top that came out of this place, market was initially in an uptrend, but from this double top, right, we knew the market was probably or most potentially going to come down. And when market came down from Friday, all right, it gave us what a break of structure or a change of trend, however you want to call it. All right. So now there were places we were looking at. This is the first place. Okay. This is the first place we're looking at, either here or this top part here. So these are the places we're looking at. And there are things that I used to say, and number one of them is that market will always do the most obvious things in the least obvious ways. Market will do the most obvious things in the least obvious ways. Market, wants to sell, and it's actually going to sell, but it will sell in the way you don't expect. Do you understand? So market is going to sell, but it will sell in a way that you don't expect it. So that's what I mean when I say market will do the most obvious things in the least obvious ways. All right. So now we knew the market was going to sell and we were prepared for the sell of the market. All right. Then what did market do? Market did not sell. Just a minute. All right, great. So, but market did not sell at the exact place. Market went up a little bit, okay? Like we know, faked a lot of people out and gave confirmation. So most times we use 3 minutes and 5 minutes for our entry, okay? 3 minutes and 5 minutes for our entry. So this was it. This was Monday. All right, so this was Monday. This was the confirmation here. This confirmation, you're going to get to know it when you come into the premium group. All right, great. So that was a trade for Monday. Now on Tuesday, so this is out of the way now. On Tuesday, we already have a break of structure and we have the markets continuing to the downside. So on Tuesday, what are we doing? We are still bearish because of what? Break of structure. We're still bearish. So where do we expect market to turn? There are so many places that we expect the market to turn. We have this highs here, okay? And now guess what? During the Asian session, market took out the high. This became invalid. We have this next place here. Okay, so we have this one, and at the same time, we have this one. Okay, so and most of the time, when you have two zones close together, I prefer to just join them together if they are not too big. So that was exactly where market went to on Tuesday, 18th of November. So let's go back to our 3 minutes or 5 minutes and let's check. So this was what happened. So you can see the trade. This is um this is the trade for Tuesday. All right. So we had a trade going down, we had another trade going up, and another one coming down. You get so it all depends. You may not be able to trade everything. You might not be able to trade everything. Okay. In fact, you won't be able to trade everything except you are sitting down full time in the front of your screen. Okay. But the trading window that I have personally and that we run the show on is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Some days we'll leave the show by 8:30. Some days 9 o'clock. Only a few times have we spent more than 9 o'clock. Why? Because the setup I'm looking for, or the setup we're looking for, is between 8 o'clock. All right. So now I know that right now the London Open is around 9 o'clock, but I'm not trading the London Open. I'm trading Nigerian timing. Okay, because I don't want to be fluctuating between 8 o'clock today, 9 o'clock tomorrow. No, I don't want that fluctuation. So I tested a system that works between 8 and 9 or between 8 and 10. So that's why I came up with this. All right. Okay, guys, this was Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, what did happen? So now let's take this one out. We're done for Tuesday. Okay. So let me take this one out. So, and you see the arrows are marking, you see on the groups that you guys belong. Sometimes you will see that I post, sometimes you don't see because I do most of the posting in the premium group, okay? In the premium group. So now what happened? Let me take this one out again. So let's see. Okay, what's this? Okay, great. So now for Wednesday, all right, we have this high, okay, market dropping and giving us a break of structure, and we have those lows. Okay, so this was the low for Tuesday, and this was the high for Wednesday. And when markets came there, we all know the nature of markets. The nature of market, like I always say, it will do the most obvious things in the least obvious ways. We know that we want market to sell, but market didn't get to where we wanted to sell. All right. And market sold from there. But first of all, before it sold down, it gave an entry. All right. It gave an entry for a counter entry. So now the buy in this place is a counter buy. Is a counter buy. All right. So, but this was the major entry and market sold off. So I can't remember if there was a trade today. Sorry, on this particular day, I don't think so. That was on Wednesday. I don't think so. But yesterday, the trade yesterday was a very, very interesting one. So what happened yesterday? We have the highs here and we have the lows here. This is the closest. Now, this is what I'm doing. It's not the entire highs or the entire lows. No, it's the closest low to the price. So this is the closest low to the price around 8 o'clock, and this is the closest high to the price. This is the low of yesterday, of Wednesday. However, market broke below it a little bit and gave us a small low. Okay, that was why I was able to pick out that particular low yesterday. Okay, that was why, or that was how. Look at the low. This was the low. It was the low of Asian session. Okay, and what happened? I was able to pick the low on a counter trend. See the our setup here. We found our setup here on a counter trend, right? And I posted it also on the group. Then when I saw how this market was moving, because if market was going to move, it's supposed to move strongly. But if market is dancing around, if market is just dancing around, it simply means one thing. Market is not willing to go in that direction. And remember, the overall trend is still what is down. So this little buy was a counter trend, and I showed us, or I told us. So now having this market coming down and spiking up is not new. That's what the market does. Market will deceive a lot of persons, okay? So look at it. Market deceived a lot of persons, and as at yesterday, we knew the market is now in an uptrend. Okay, market is in an uptrend because it took out these lows. We have the high, the low, the lower high, the lower low, the lower high. All right, and market has taken this lower high out. Okay, so when market took that one out, we knew that okay, market is not in an uptrend. Most of the time, trend will change when news happens. Okay, most of the time, impulsively. If not, markets is going to be going gradually. Okay, so that's the overview from Monday till now. Okay, we can actually do an overview from 1st of November till now, but that's going to take a lot of our time. It's already 8:16. Okay, guys. So now What are the checklists that I have? These are my checklists. Number one is economics. I don't trade 30 minutes before and after a news, a red folder news. So that's the first thing that I have here. Let me make it bold for everyone to see. Economics. So the first thing we're going to do right now is to check, is there news today? And I posted on all the groups. I said there are news to look out for. Now, retail sales is going to be happening today or has already happened today. That's retail sales for what? For GBP. Okay. So if we're going to be trading GBP, let's see what happened on GBP. Good. This is look at the news. This is why I don't trade before or after the news, like 15 to 30 minutes before or after the news, depending on how volatile the news is, all right? So, and we are not trading GBP. My focus, my denominator here, my base is the USD, okay? So I don't go for things that don't affect the USD. All right. So 9:50, sorry, by 9:30, we're going to be having news on euro. Now, this euro may affect us because while we are trading euro USD. And like I said, this same system works on any other should work on any other asset. We have seen it work on Nasdaq, we've seen it work on S&P 500. Last week I took 1:15 on S&P 500 and I posted it on the groups. Like, I don't like posting results so that people don't think you're trying to sell them something. If you want to learn, you will learn. If you don't want to learn, you're not going to learn. Okay. So, but if you want to be seeing results, definitely you will get into scam one day. It's a normal thing. Okay. So just focus on the process. Results will definitely come. But when you attend a session, when you attend a class, focus on the process. Does this person actually know the market? Does this person know what he or she is saying? Not everybody like to flaunt results. Not everybody is a social media type. Not everybody is a hype. Not everyone. Okay. There are quite people that are making results. So by 10 a.m., 10:30, we're also going to be having pounds again. So we're going to be considering this. This is 9:30 and this is just after it. So if we have a setup, we can actually take a setup now because it's far from the time of the news. Then in the evening, we're going to be having the flash sales. Sorry, flash services PMI, purchase manufacturer index. Then for manufacturers and for producers, manufacturer index. So for manufacturing and for services. Okay. So let me be very sure. Let me be very sure. I don't want to assume. Okay. What is PMI in FX News? It's for over 2 months. Okay, purchasing manager. All right, purchasing managers index. Great. Purchasing managers index. Okay, so what does it do? It simply calculates the index of the purchases, either for manufacturers or of services. Okay, that's what it does. Okay, so if you want to know about the news, just click on the box. Just click on the box. It's going to tell you about news. All right, great. So, do we have a news today? Yes, but it's not immediate. Ooh, I knew I missed that. There's a trade that already happened and I missed it. So it happened. Sorry, there's going to be a trade and it's going to be happening much later. Then the next thing is trend. What is a trend? Now the trend shows that we're coming down, but technically we are now in an uptrend. Okay, level we are in the highs and we sell from the highs. So the level is giving us a counter sell. So now on our level we are having, so the trend is up technically, all right, but we are being offered a counter sell because if the trend is up, we cannot be buying here. We would wait to buy at a low, all right. We're going to be waiting to buy at a low, so the lows we'll be buying might be this ones, something close to this places. This is where we are expected to buy, or this way I would be looking forward to buying. All right. So, but however, if that is not happening now, which that will not happen in this 8 o'clock like this, no, it will take some time before it happens. Okay, great. So, what next to do is what the level we've said it. We are in a high, a previous high. It was the highest point of. Let me take this one out. It was the highest point of yesterday. Look at it. It was the highest point of yesterday. See it here. It's called the previous daily high PDH. And this was the lowest point of yesterday. Okay. So now we are looking for a sell, a counter trend sell. Okay. It's a counter trend sell that we are actually looking for. It's not as if the market is going down like that. No, what we are looking for is a counter trend sell. The trend is up. If we are selling, it's going to be a counter trend. All right, great. So now correlation. The correlation is supposed to be DXY. What is going on DXY? Let's quickly check DXY. You see, DXY is also at the same level at the yesterday's low. So we are expecting DXY to go up. All right. Just the way we have the highs and the lows, price is being boxed in on the highs and the lows, really. Okay. So market has been going up, but there was a change of trend yesterday. And when there was a change of trend, we're expecting market to go up so that we can start selling. Okay. So, however, before the market goes up, it will definitely come down. So we are interested in taking this up. So if DXY wants to buy, Euro USD wants to sell, we are in good hands. Okay. We're in good hands. Then the pattern that I'm looking for. Sorry. Um, so the pattern that we're looking for is simple. Am I seeing rejection? Rejection candles? Is it pin bar, shooting star, evening star, whatever your rejection is, all right? Then the most important criteria that I'm having, excuse me, sorry, I was coughing. So, the most important one is patience, all right? Patience. So now my entry time is either the 5 minutes or the 1 minute. Sorry, the 3 minutes. Okay. So now on the 3 minutes, what do I have? Hmm. I don't have an engulfing candle yet. I don't have an engulfing candle. I don't have, this is not a clean pin bar for me. Okay. This is not a clean pin bar for me. It's not a clean pin bar for me. So this is what we are looking at this point. If we have an opportunity to sell, good. But remember that the sell is a counter trend. It's a counter sell. So the sell can actually just whip you out. So that's why we are waiting for if market can just break this minor structure and come back up, we'll look for a sell there. Or another thing that market can do, market can just go up, okay, take the highs out, then give us a pattern. And we're going to sell from that pattern. All right. So it's very simple. This is what I'm looking for. This is what we're looking at. Okay. This is what we are looking at. So it's either market goes up, take these highs out, all right, or market breaks this low here. Let me draw these lows. Is either market takes out these lows, then we expect a retracement from where it took the lows out. So this is our expectation. However, we would love to buy at this point because technically market is now in an uptrend. So that's the only thing I do. That's the only thing we do. Another possibility is a market can just continue going up. It has happened before. It's normal. It's not a strange thing. Okay. It's not something strange. Market will just break and just continue going up. It is very, very possible because market is in an uptrend overall. And if it's in an uptrend, you cannot force. That's the word. You cannot force a counter sell. No, you cannot. The only thing we can do is to follow the trend. That's the only thing we can do is to follow the trend. That's the only thing that we can do. All right. So just be patient and watch. All right. So I'm going to be playing my music. So you guys can just enjoy. If there's anything, I'm here. I'm looking at it. You understand? So we may be closing this session. Maybe 9 o'clock or 8:45. 9 o'clock or 8:45. If we see any what do you call it? Any opportunity, great. And if you have questions, just drop it in the chat box and we are going to be attending to the questions. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Let's wait, which is the most important part of our confirmation. Okay, so our eyes are still on it. Our eyes are still on it. So we're waiting for either a break to the downside or the most ideal one would even be here because this was the break that caused this break of structure. This was the low that caused the break of structure. So that would have been the most ideal one. But however, it's market. So I would prefer the market goes up. You see, so that's why let's go to wait for confirmations. Let's go to wait for confirmations. In trading, a lot of patience is required. A lot of patience. So this is how we sit and we watch. So at least if 1 hour in the morning is going to make you some good money, I think it's worth it. Okay? I think personally that it's going to be worth it. This would have been a clean entry for us, but it was before 8 o'clock. This was 7:30, right? It was before 8 o'clock. And this is not an entry. This is an indecision candle. It's not telling us where the market is going. It's not telling us where the market is going. If the market is going up or if the market is going down. It's not saying anything. Okay? So I may be posting this one on the YouTube. And so for those of us who are joining us for the first time or who will be watching, this is the Beracha FX Good Morning Trading Show. We hold it every morning in the premium group, and it's just a token to join. Okay, it's just a token of $10 every month. $10 every month, anywhere you are in the world. $10 every month. So you have access to our materials, all the recordings that we have. You have access to my PDF, my book on market divergence. You have access to the entire morning show. Okay, because the other group, the free group, is just once a day that we allow them get into the morning show. Okay, but for the premium guys, it is every day, at least every day. It should be every day, except if something happened and we are not able to hold it. See, there's nothing interesting. There's nothing interesting yet. There's nothing interesting. So remember, we are not trying to predict the market. We don't have a crystal ball or one bull that we are going to look inside and say, where will the markets go? It will go up. No, we don't have such things. What we only have is our confirmations. Is our confirmations that we have. If our confirmations are met, great. Remember, if there's going to be a trade here, you have to reduce your risk because it's a counter sell in a technically uptrend market. So you have to understand that. So trade carefully. Let me even include it here. Trading is risky and you can lose all your investment without proper risk management. No problem about that, bro. No problem at all. Use proper risk management. Okay, now guys, are you seeing what's going on here? We have something that looks like a flag. We have something that looks like a flag. What's going on 1 minute? What's going on? We have something that looks like a flag. Let me save this as disclaimer. So I have my disclaimer here. Let me put it where people can see it. Ooh, wow. So we have a lot of buyers on this 930 candle. Come on, what's going on? We have a lot of volume here. People are buying. People are buying, but what's going on? Yep. Okay, so there was no stuff on M3. Okay, so this is not a confirmation for me. I have 37 seconds to go. Does it fit into my criteria of no, absolutely it does not. This is supposed to be a good pin bar, but it does not fall into my criteria of a pin bar. So this is supposed to be a good sell. Okay, but it doesn't fall into my criteria of a good sell. It's supposed to be at least within this box, not above it. I have specific rules for everything, guys. I have specific rules for everything. Wow. There are people who are trapped in this place. We are watching. What is DXY doing? Okay. DXY still, DXY took out the prices. Okay. We are still in the zone. We are still in the zone. Okay. All right. So if you notice, I have a pattern, and my pattern is either an engulfing candle, all right, that's one, or I have a pin bar. And the pin bar must fall within 33% of the entire move, like this. It, it must not be higher than this, 33% of the entire move. That's my criteria for a pin bar. Like I said, that does not mean market is not going to go, but it's not my setup. That's strange. It is what? Okay, 6. I want to check something. Okay. So regardless of what the market is doing, I'm not interested. You must be very rigid with your rules, guys. Very, very rigid. Okay, so this is 15 minutes to 9, and I'm not seeing anything reasonable. So now, let me take all this out, because it's easy for human beings to misunderstand them. I know this. So we are still watching the market. We're still waiting, still watching the market to give us a confirmation. Guys, there is something going on here. Do you notice there's a first touch, a second touch, a third touch, and now I'm telling you, market can do this. Watch me. Market can deceive you as if it's coming, pew, go up, then finally fall. But I'm here. Yeah, watch. The highest that will happen is that we're going to miss this trade. Okay? So that is perhaps if we close the session, because it's 8:47 already. Waiting for the market to give us confirmation. E2 market. Start. And market frequency. Okay, this guy is looking. Don't let any adrenaline, or is what adrenaline. Don't let it rush. Don't let it rush. Don't let it rush. I told us that this guy's gonna break. We have seen it play live. This market has been there before a lot of us. In fact, before all of us. The only thing you have to do is just to understand what is the market trying to do. Don't be trapped. Don't be trapped. Don't be trapped. I think we just trapped a lot of people right now. You see it? A lot of people have just been trapped. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, our YouTube channel, please do so at Beracha FX. We post wisdom concerning the market. There's nothing interesting. Nothing interesting. Really, there's nothing interesting. So if by any means we are not able to take this trade for whatever reason, or maybe we end the session and we have not been able to take the trade, then know that it is better to follow the rules than to chase money. When you follow the rules, the money will follow it. This is where the work comes in. We just wait, we wait, we wait, we wait. Now, if you had entered, your emotions would have been dancing around here. Your emotions would have been dancing around. So one of the reasons why I may believe that the market is stalling is because London session opens by 9 a.m. because of the daylight savings. So right now, London sessions open by what? By 9 a.m. So that's why my trading time is between 8 and 10. So whichever way I'm going to capture something, or I should capture something. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the class. However, the market is still valid. So nothing interesting. Money was made. Oh, now we are talking. Okay, you see again. So money was made on Monday, on Tuesday, yesterday, Thursday. So now all this is happening because what? If we just have like 3 more minutes to the open of London. 3 more minutes to the open of London. I didn't see any decisive price action here. So what we are seeing right now is what a rectangle, sorry, ascending triangle. Most time ascending triangle is going to lead to a break. And this candle, obviously everybody knows me, this candle is too long for me. This candle is too long. I won't try it. I tried it before on a particular Thursday or Friday where I wanted the market to, I just wanted to give a trade because it's been long that I gave a trade. So now let's see, would there be a reaction here or not? So this would have been the entry. This big engulfing candle, but it's too big. It's too big. So many things can happen, and we are not going to try to go into those many things that can happen. It is not our business to go into the many things that can happen. It's not our business to try to go into the many things that can happen. If you are going to enter in on this trade, this candle is quite long. So in 1 minute and a few seconds, the 5-minute candle will be closing. The candle you see, the candle is quite massive. It is at 1 minute 6 seconds to go. Whew, hallelujah. If the candle closed somewhere here, it will have been good for us. But this candle is too big. It's too big. So now just pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. The market is going to open. That's the London banks. They are opening in. They're going to open in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bam. That's it. You see that it didn't close below. So we're having rejections here, 2 weeks, engulfing candle, weeks. Me personally, what I would prefer is for market to go up, maybe even higher than this, then market will start dropping. Maybe. If it doesn't do that, great and fine. I have till 10 o'clock. Okay, but the class would have to end now. It's already 9:01. So this is what we do, like unlike yesterday, on 3 minutes. Unlike yesterday. Look at yesterday. You see, I was drawing a trend line, and market broke the line and gave what? Decisive candle. Not dancing around. You see all those dancing around? I don't like it. Look at it. All this dancing around. Nice. Okay. So now we have a break of structure here. We have a change of trend. We have a market shift. Ooh, market has opened. So like I said, this is market open. One should be careful what he or she does. Okay, so if market retraces, then there might be an entry in this upper zone here. Maybe an entry here. If not, then that's going to be it. I didn't get in on this and I didn't call it false because this candle is too long. This candle is way too long. And on 5 minutes, it's not even anything. So on 3 minutes, which is mostly our time frame, it is an engulfing candle. It's a good one, right? But it's too long. I would prefer not to take a trade than to lose money on what I can avoid. It's not as if I want to win every trade, but I can easily avoid it. So if this trade goes without us, remember two things. Number one, it's totally fine because it's a counter trend. That's why it's not clear. It's a counter trend. And number two is that we are expecting a buy. So the main thing we are looking for is a buy. And number three, the market was choppy here. It did not give a clear price action. Like I told you, markets will do the most obvious things in the least obvious ways. We knew market was going to sell, and the market did actually sold, but it didn't give us what we want. All right, guys, so that's it for this morning, and that's it for the week. We have come to the end of the Good Morning Trading Show for the week, the third week in November. So for the free class, we're going to be meeting once again in next week. But for the premium guys, we will continue in the private room. All right, guys, it's good to have us here once again. My name is Sire A.A. James, the CEO and the head of trading Beracha Investment. Do have an amazing trading day.